Okay, here we go. Happy anniversary, Bubbles. Bubbles is my wife, and today we've been married for a long time. 16 years, I think she pointed out. Oh, let me think here. Wonder, hang on. I'll start it over. Okay, let's do it again. Oh, that's pretty. A little marker. Well, here we go. Let's see what today offers us. Good. Nobody's at the camp. Nobody's at this camp. Hopefully they're all staying home like they're supposed to. And I'm on a grocery run today. Got to drop off some plants. Got to drop off a care package and try out my new mask. Look at that, eh? We still have gravel here. Probably the only place in the road. A little bit of frost coming out of the road. I gotta make sure I stop at the Dumphies here. Drop off some plants. Okay, well, I'll just pause that and I'll be right back. And here we go. We're on our way back, as you can see here. Get out to the road here without hitting a tree. And doing my next delivery. Couple more plants. And then we'll be heading to town. Very good neighbors. Actually, all the neighbors up in the neighborhood here are good neighbors. There. The road is like brand spanking new. Remember to get flour today. There's the, on Google, they're all falling apart, but there's a statue somebody had built at one point and put them all out. Yes, sir. And we're off to see Donnie and drop off some dinner for the boy. Be right back. Okay, here we go again. sure I keep my finger off the... Oh. I must admit, the road is great. So anyway, here we are, we're on our way to town. Today, my memory card should be coming so that I can use my camera that I bought, I don't know, over 2 weeks ago now. Amazon kind of dropped the ball on this one. They shipped it to some delivery company, and they decided they didn't want to come down this road because how rough it was, but look at it. I could go a lot faster than what I am. I'm going 60 kilometers an hour. So, I'm really proud of our province, New Brunswick. We've had 118 cases of COVID-19. Nobody's died. And I think there's maybe 20 people left in the hospital. And hopefully they'll all recover. And I couldn't be prouder than picking New Brunswick for a place to live. Little disappointed in a few folks around, but I guess that's understandable. Well. It is a pandemic after all, and some people just don't understand what the P means. It means oh well. We've had some people breaking into a camp down here. Mr. Flowers. We do have some community watch signs going up that's really good. I strongly endorse the signpost, which is a small business up the road up here. Makes signs. He puts them on store signs, and he can put signs on sides of your car, your business, all kinds of stuff. And he does really good work. So that's my endorsement for Ted, Karen. Now we're just at the end of the what we call the gravel part of the road. Now we're heading out onto the chip seal. Now there is some nasty whoop-de-doos here. First one's just over the hill here. Next hill, the far hill. But it's working out pretty good. In the spring, where the culverts go underneath the road, it seems that the ice in it swells up. Oh, just about back to normal there. The normal bump. Anyway, it swells up, and we get what's called a frost heave, and it's really nasty. There's 3 or 4 of them along this little stretch here. You can see where the dark pavement is. Each one of those is a culvert running down underneath the road. Get the water from one side of the road to the other. Oh, so.
To make phone calls, press the phone pickup button to cancel.
Yeah, stupid thing. Don't know what the people down at this end of the road do. But it is pretty country here. Yes, social distancing, they say. Yet you come out here, the camp next to our house, 3-4 trucks parked there, a bunch of ATVs, kids running around, burning when they should be burning. Shameful. Total disrespect for the rest of us. I kind of like this social distancing in a way. There, that should be the worst of the road now. Oh, look at that. I seen the cow at this place here the other day. Oh well. Yes, sir, this is a trip down the Dorn Ridge Road. Oh, somebody's still burning wood up here. We never had a fire last night. Not that we really need to have a fire or anything, but you get spoiled. We burnt about 4 cords of wood last winter. I don't have to burn any wood actually, but it's really nice to go and stand down by the fire there, warm your butt up. So anyway, this is the end of the Dorn Ridge Road, just coming up around the corner down here. Just back there, I forgot to point it out, that's where the camp got broken into. And there have been people coming up the road here stealing mail. So we got the community organized and we're going to be on them. Hopefully we can catch them because we'll block them in here. Just a couple of phone calls and they won't be getting out. Then they'll have to deal with a bunch of upset citizens. Always like that house. Not the location, but I sure like that house. Here's a story for that. I'll have to get somebody to tell me the story again. But anyway, we're on our way. And being on the main highway here, I'll stop filming. Anyway, take it easy, boys.
Surrogate mother cooks who took me under their wing.
There we go. Here we are, back on the Dorn Ridge Road, 320, and we're just gonna have a little toury. Take a look at, see what's going on. Here's the place that got the wires ripped out of it. It's abandoned now, I guess. It's an old camp. And this here is an old cornfield over here. And in the fall, you'll see the deer all standing in the backside there. But not at the moment. I'll just let that go. We have some power issues here in the wintertime. Now, I often get asked about our internet. I don't know if these people got high-speed internet, but it definitely doesn't come all the way down to where we live at the end of the road. It might come down here. There's the telephone line is the bottom line. No. Not a lot of money on this road. This fella here looks like he's fixing up his front yard for a change. Either that or he's growing rocks. And the water's flowing really good. I'll give you a little view of that. There's one. This is two bridges, we call it down here. And here's the other one. My little brook isn't nowhere near that big. Which reminds me, it's just about time to go over the hill, see if I can get the lawnmower part way down there. And if that's the case, where I can get down to the edge of the woods, it'll save me about a mile walk. Well, not a mile, but it'll give me the opportunity to ride the mower back up the hill, which is the killer. You can't tell how steep some of these hills are here. I guess the camera doesn't really show it all that well. But right now, we'll turn that on, the off-road, and it'll give me an altitude. And we're at 333 feet right here. Where we live at the end, we're close to 800 feet. So we got quite a ways to climb up here as we purr along. There used to be a house there. That's been filled in. They burnt it down and used it for fire department practice, I guess. But I do like it out here. You can see up in the hills here. It's kind of like Kentucky, the Ozarks. Oh, that's right. I got to stop and drop off some flour. To the place that's making the sign. Of course, now I got to remember that on the way here. Seen a moose here about 6 months ago. Big cow. Now right here, I'm pretty sure JDI, it's a big forestry company, they have, I don't know, must be 100,000 acres or more here. An unbelievable size of property. Now, we're at the end of the chip seal. You'll see the gravel starts up here just in a little bit. Look at that. It's nice in there. And that's what happens when they come in and they clear cut. They basically take every freaking thing. Then they come back and spray it a couple of times. And they do plant some trees. And you end up with what's this looking like. So here we are. I must have had a half a dozen flats last year on this road. As soon as the grader goes down it, he picks up all the sharp rocks, and it takes a week or two for everybody to knock the sharp rocks off to the side of the road. I hate that when they do that. They got those machines that come in here, and they cut pretty fast. The guy that's with a chainsaw on the ground can't compete with these big companies. We aren't logging anything on our property, just hoping it'll grow back in time. Might thin it out at the most, so that the trees could grow bigger. My son's going to enjoy the the wealth of the land, we'll say. There's the Dorn Ridge. So we consider this from here on up the Dorn Ridge. Although the Dorn Ridge Road starts way back yonder. But the actual community is just up in here. Look at that. Ain't nothing left. The problem with the spraying is that after they spray it, the moose and the deer come in there to eat the browse. There's nothing left. I consider this fairly poor forestry management. Now, they'll take all the hardwoods and they'll spray it so that there's no excuse me. They'll get rid of all the hardwoods, and then they'll just plant softwoods in its place. Nothing eats softwoods. There's no wild animals that could chew on that much. Now, this here community here started around the 1840s to 1860s. And these people, to be able to go to the city, that would be like an annual event. It'd take you all day to get there. You'd have to spend the night. I couldn't imagine going all the way in there. You're never going into the Walmart, that's for damn sure. Nice old barn. But this is a good community here. Honest, hard-working people. And now we've had somebody come on our road, started stealing mail and whatnot. So now we're going to be watching. And anybody that's doing bad things up here, we're going to catch them. We got phone numbers all the way up and down the road here, so if they come down to the end, we can block them in. Excuse me. I hate going to the city because by the time I come back, it's like as if I got that freaking virus. Terrible, terrible. Had to chase his dog once. It got lost. Had to send that bugger home. Now, a lot of these people along here, they heat their homes with wood. So it's not very uncommon to see the big piles of wood out there. Anyway, I gotta slip in here. I gotta do my duty. Be right back. Okay, and let's go home. Whew. I'm telling you, when you get old, my sign's up. Best neighbors, man, I'm telling you. He's made us a few signs and doesn't usually charge us. We don't really ask for much, and I know he wouldn't charge me very much. So I bought them flour because they needed flour for the make some muffins, and we've exchanged things, I guess you'd say. I don't know how you say that. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. But anyway, over the last 5 years, they've been great for neighbors. Here's the old Flowers place. That's long gone. I can't remember. He said there was like 12 of them in there, 8 or 12. There was a whole herd of them. A whole bouquet of flowers, they say. Oh, anyway. That's a brand new little camp. Nicely. These guys here, they had one of the walls ripped out of this here a year or so ago. Fixing her up. I get a picture of a new sign. Warning. I hope I took a picture. Where is it? There it is. Okay. Perfect. And I'll let you guys go. You guys have a nice day. And with any luck, we'll put this on the we'll be able to upload this. Always like coming home. Never like leaving. Okay. Bye-bye.